Hi, this is Review Box. I'm Randy, and here's my other host.
Hello, I am Nick.
And today we're talking about two things, two movies, two cinematic features.
Yep, today is a double feature. It's the first of its kind. Will we do one in the future? I don't know. But today we are going to talk about two movies, both in the horror genre. One is Hard Eyes, and the other...
Companion.
I
would say they're both thriller. Because horror, I don't think...
No, I think they're both... Okay, well, Hard Eyes, I would straight up say just slasher.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like a rom-com and a slasher.
Which does well.
It does really well. And then...
What's that shit that Peter says? Like, it insists on itself.
And then Companion... I guess, yeah, I would say thriller. It's like a...
Thriller drama?
It's like a thriller...
There's a little bit of jokes, though, in there.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's sci-fi, but it is.
Actually, yeah, it would.
So I would say like a thriller sci-fi
the science
slasher.
fiction, yeah.
I don't know.
It's good.
There's a lot to put on it. But yeah, so one of the Companion came out in January, and Hard Eyes was obviously near Valentine's Day in February. The reason why we're talking about these two movies is because, you know what, we liked them both, and I feel like they just deserve an episode together.
Of course.
So
just like Hard Eyes, it's all love.
Yeah. So did you want to start with Hard Eyes?
Yeah, I want to start with Hard Eyes.
Okay, so we're in the world of Hard Eyes,
Mm-hmm.
which has the actor who is in Scream and the newer Screams in Scream 5 and 6. His name is Mason something. I forgot his last name.
Gotcha.
But shout out him.
I don't even know the girl's name either.
I forgot where she's from, Dad. We swear we saw the movie. just the research.
So premise of the story, there's a murderer that goes around Valentine's Day murdering couples, and he's been traveling to different cities, and they gave him a moniker, right? They gave him the name Hard Eyes because he wears a mask where both eyes are heart-shaped. Yeah. And it's pretty, I'm not going to lie, it's a pretty creative mask.
No, it really is. Like, when I first seen the trailer, I already thought to myself, I was like, okay. I was like, this is going to be good. And I feel like it's for sure going to get a sequel.
What got my attention was in the trailer, he had a shotgun, and the fucking tip of the shotgun was a heart.
Oh, yeah, it was.
It was a double barrel shotgun. It was a heart.
It was. So in this movie, we follow the main character, obviously, like
who hates love,
and works for a company that has to make a commercial for cologne, right?
I think it's cologne, and then like the cologne is supposed to be like lovey.
Yeah, and she does like a Bonnie and Clyde, right?
Yeah, Bonnie and Clyde, where these guys just get fucking smoked.
Yeah, they get shot up, and they're like, "This is horrible. Like, you're gonna get fired." And then, bam, in comes the handsome male lead.
Sexy, actually. Not handsome, he's sexy.
Yes, gorgeous. But
Stunningly.
they actually met earlier at a coffee shop.
Awkward, a little awkward meet cute.
Yeah, a little awkward thing. But I think it had such a good setup, and I could be wrong. Besides the actors, I don't know if there was anybody. I think there has to have been anyone on the production team or something that had to work with Scream, because it had such a Scream vibe to it.
So what I think he's trying to say is like, because Scream is it's a parody. Scream is a parody of itself of slashers, but Scream is so good in that aspect that it is a slasher, like in a professional grade of, like, you know, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, something like that. You know, Scream puts himself in that list while also making fun of the premises of slashers. This movie does the same thing. It's a parody of slasher. No, it's a humorous take on slashers, not a parody.
You know what? I get where you're going with that.
But you're wrong.
No. It does have those aspects, but that's not what I was trying to bring up exactly. But you're right on those points. What I was gonna say is it has that modern. I guess this adds to what you're saying, but it just has that modern vibe. Mm-hmm. Like, now I want to sit here and say, like, okay, Scream revived slashers.
Of course.
Especially like in a modern way.
Because the thing is, the 90s wasn't slashers, it was the 80s. The 80s was great slashers. And then they try to make more of a psychological turn or like more of a how do I say paranormal? I know slashes are paranormal, but like they're not.
Some are supernatural.
But they're you're like
Freddy
it's usually
Krueger,
just some
Jason.
big fucking guy with a weapon.
Yeah, like the big bad.
Yeah, but like the thing is, the '90s tried taking away from that, trying to go to a more serious sense. Fucking Scream came out where they're just like, no, we're just gonna have another big bad, and that's what he's gonna do. And then the biggest twist of all, it was 2 people.
Yeah, and they've never seen that before. You
Yeah,
know
of
what
course,
I mean?
it's crazy. It's a
So like,
crazy.
I'm
premise.
not saying
We should burn them at the stake. That's not supposed to be done like that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Hard Eyes, reinvented the wheel. I'm not even saying.
But they put a little oil on it.
I'm not saying they greased up the wheel either. But I'm saying that they did take a lot from Scream, and it kind of gave that vibe to it. But which was good though, because with Hard Eyes, it was just like it was refreshing in a sense. I was like, okay, cool. This is a new slasher, and he's going through this cast of characters, killing them, and then it's like then the Scream part is like the who done it, like
exactly.
Who is it? So they really did well on that, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, like I would really love a Hard Eyes part 2.
Funny as fuck, the cops were perfect too.
The cops were perfect.
The cops were fucking perfect. The dude for sure. He can't. That dude comes out in another movie that we saw. He's also a cop. It takes place in like the 50s, I think. Am I tripping? There's a movie I'm talking. I don't know. I can't even think about it.
Damn, I'm not too sure. I was trying to look up his name right
He was
now.
It was in a mansion. Oh no, it was the ex. Maxine.
Oh, he was in Maxine?
Yeah, he's a cop in that movie too.
Oh shit! No way.
Because she's in a Hollywood mansion up top. Remember, and it's only like an elevator to get to that mansion on top.
Yeah, which is stupid, by the way.
Yeah, he's a cop in that movie too. He's a detective.
Sorry, I was just like double checking on this.
So, 2 characters. One of them,
Allie and Jay.
Jay, he's professional at doing commercials.
Yeah,
very professional. So
and
this company hired him because the main chick, Allie, did a horrible job. So it's all like, Jay, you're gonna work with her. They met earlier. Jay's all like, let's talk about the commercial. Let's make it more lovey. Let's go talk about this over dinner. She's like the stereotype of, oh, I hate love. Love isn't real. And he's like, love is in everything. It's like that. And then they have dinner.
I'm like, yeah. Oh, I remember that.
But the reason why Hard Eyes is going out, because Hard Eyes usually goes after couples. They're not couples. The premise of what happens is they show up to a dinner, and then Allie's ex-boyfriend is there. Mm-hmm. And to make him, I guess, jealous or like just try to make it seem like, I don't know, just like there's something there, she grabs Jay and just makes out with him.
Yeah.
And it's a kiss. They even say it. It's a kiss so powerful. Only love can do it. Hard Eyes goes, I'm killing them.
Yeah, Hard Eyes is like, yeah, they're good, but now I'm going to kill Allie and Jay.
Yeah, because they're originally going to kill her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, because I think the killer even says, like, oh, the passion in that kiss.
Yeah, he's like, I was like, we were actually going to kill your ex-boyfriend. But love in that kiss, the passion made me want to kill you.
And the kills were good. I mean,
they were great.
Okay, I think a really funny scene, I'm just going to go over one of the funny scenes, is when they're at the drive-in theater and the killer's there and they're trying to hide and they like jump into the hippie van.
And there's 2 hippies on acid or shrooms.
They're on something, right?
And they're just
banging.
Fucking loud while
they're just straight going at it. And for some reason there's like a medieval sword in there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so like it's funny. It's so funny because it was like
there's a scene where they get real quiet and all you hear is just literally slapping.
Yeah, and it's funny too because
they're like, we gotta be quiet.
It's funny.
A weird choice to make the sound where I did it.
They do this thing where the 2 characters are really connecting on this deep level, and it's like, it's in every movie. We've seen it 1,000 times. You know what I mean? And then while that's happening, you just hear the slight. Where it's like, and all you hear is, after today, I really do like you. I just, this and that.
Fuck.
And then as that's happening, then the killer shows up and gets both of them.
Oh, when she climaxes, everyone's like, "Oh my god, she's coming loud!" And he turns around, fucking Hard Eyes,
Yeah, and he's
stabbing them.
kills him. But what was your favorite part?
My favorite part of that in there is when I think they shoot him in the balls. Or am I tripping? Where she kicks him in the balls, like the detective's like, "You're not going anywhere." He kicks him in the balls. He's like, "Oh fuck!" Unless I'm thinking of different.
I'm not too sure. I think so. I think
If it's not that part, it's when the detective at the end's like, "Let me give you a ride," and he's like, "I'm good." He goes, "No, I'll give you a ride."
it was and I think the twist in this one is that it was 3 killers.
Yes, it was 3
It
killers.
was 2. Okay, it was 2 main killers that were a couple. Spoiler alert. And then they were like, I guess they were poly.
Something like that.
Yeah, they were freaks. Let's just say it like that.
Freaks.
And they went ahead and grabbed
because they at the drive-in they killed one of the Hard Eyes and they're like, "Oh, we did it. We
that's
fucking
true.
solved it." And then turns out, fucking, it's a couple who was doing it, and you see both of those characters in the movie,
Yeah.
which is so funny because it sounds so fucking dumb because it makes it lessens the movie like in its value, but it doesn't. It still works. When I saw that character, I was like, "That's Hard Eyes."
It was, you know what, when they did the third person,
Yeah.
it was so like out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, we're deep in the second act and it's like, here's this person. Like,
Yeah.
what the heck? But anyways, what do you give Hard Eyes?
Hard
1 out of
Eyes,
10.
I give them 5 hearts out of. Oh wait, no, you said out of 10.
Yeah, 1 out
I
of 10.
give them 8 hearts out of 10.
8 hearts out of 10. I'll give it 7 hearts out of 10.
I feel like the writing could have been a little better. I guess a lot of it seemed like their acting is not bad. That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
saying the script seemed like they were just more like reading it than feeling it. I think there was like certain parts, porns.
Look at you,
parts.
Mr. Critic. I got nothing. I really got no notes on it. For my rating, but I give it a solid 7 hearts out of 10.
Yeah, of course.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. Put it this way: if they made a part 2, I'd go see it.
I'd watch it. I will say I did like the ending too, where like she ran to the airport, or like she drove to the airport, like, "Go get him!" And she's like,
Oh yeah, and he's not even there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was good because it was obviously like, oh, are we about to see what we see 1,000 times? Now, just to straight switch it up, now we're gonna talk about Companion for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So Companion has, Huey.
Jack Quaid, right?
No, it's Huey.
Is it Jack Quaid?
I'm just
Jack
kidding.
Quaid.
Yes, Jack Quaid.
Quaid.
You know what's so funny?
Jack Quaid.
Super random. What was it? It's called a Nepto baby.
Nepo baby, where like their parent was like rich or famous.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a Nepto baby, and then I didn't know his dad is the dad from what movie was it?
Sick.
I know that's all bad. I know it wasn't Cheaper by the Dozen,
What?
but it was like a movie. It was a movie where he had like a bunch of kids or something. It wasn't Cheaper by the Dozen. It was another one. Anyways, besides the point.
Was it 1,000 Kids or something like that with Vince Vaughn?
Stupid. No, but let's talk about Companion. So this is like that thriller sci-fi. It's like what I've noticed is a lot of horror movies are like falling into that AI kind of thing. But this one is crazy.
This one is crazy, especially the introduction. It makes it so fucking cute. Mm-hmm. So, big spoiler. We're just going to say it. The main character is a robot.
Yeah.
But
Iris.
But they make her seem like it's human by giving her a cute meat story. And I fucking love it. Where it's like, oh, I dropped all the lemons, right? Or
Yes,
like
that was actually so fire that they put that.
Yeah, it was great.
I can't remember if the second trailer spoils that she's a robot.
Yeah, because like she's burning her hand.
Yeah, I remember that was honestly the first trailer was so good.
Yeah,
because
for
it
sure.
didn't. I feel like the second.
It just
trailer
looked like
kinda
some
ruined
girl that was just strapped to a chair.
Yeah, the second trailer made it hella weird. Anyway, I feel like it revealed.
I feel like
a
the
lot.
second trailer shouldn't have existed.
But anyways, so Iris is an AI robot that you buy as quote unquote your companion.
It's a pleasure bot. That's literally what it is.
Yes, and then you have the settings and you basically like program it to like have this whole memory and database of you.
And then it learns everything about you, and it will never leave you. It's so loyal. It'll cook, clean, and literally fuck whenever you wanted to.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy.
But like she thinks she's real. It's a program that fucks it up. That is just like she thinks she's human. She thinks she lived a life, but she's so in love that she can only remember when she met him because that's the start of her life.
Yeah, and then so Jack's character, his name's Josh. So basically,
How creative.
he puts he hacks her system.
Yeah, he puts mods in her.
Yeah, basically, right? Like he basically gives her mods.
he added non-downloadable content on there.
Yeah, right. And so what he does is that he gives her this mod where she can become violent, and that's not in her original programming.
You can't,
because they have this whole setup where they go out for vacation for the weekend, and then they go ahead and figure out. Or no, they go to this vacation, right? It's supposed to be this great getaway. And they have this random character. I forgot his name.
He's a Russian guy, right?
Yeah, he's like a Russian guy. And they make him like, he's like hella pervy. And then they make it where like he comes on to Iris because Josh says like, oh yeah, like she'll hook up with you. And then
because she's a pleasure bot. So like that's usually.
Yeah, well like Iris doesn't know that obviously.
Yeah, of course.
So like
Iris thinks he's just trying to take advantage of her.
So at first you're like, oh wow, like. Well, actually, no.
It's like, this guy's a fucking creep. But
Either
then you
way,
start realizing, like, it sounds fucked up, but it's just like, you start realizing that's what she is. And, like, it's something he could have just programmed. Like, he probably thought fucking Josh, like, programmed it so he could fuck it.
Yeah, because they were all saying, like, stuff like, oh, yeah, we know, like, what you are, what you do. And she was just like, what are you talking about? But no, I think either way, I think she was in the right place to kill him.
Of course.
Because he was being a hell of a creep, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, then you find out, like, she was programmed to do that. And then it goes into this whole thing of, like, she's like, what? But, like, I love you and this, and that. And obviously, as the story goes on, they trap her, and then she escapes, and she still has the mods.
Oh, she makes herself fucking intelligent as shit to survive in the wilderness.
Yeah, she gets her the phone, and she like unlocks it. But then we find out that there's another couple that showed up, and we find out that one of them is also a companion.
Yeah,
bot.
I think that's so funny.
Yeah, and then so Josh's character,
because they have a funny. So here's the thing: when
Patrick and Eli.
So when the thing is, when the companion makes up that cute meet story, there's a whole like library of how
it's
they
like
met.
setting up a phone.
Yeah,
it's like setting up your iPhone.
It's like, how did Josh and Iris meet? And it's like, oh, I selected that we met at a market, and then like she imagined meeting him. The other couple, it was like, oh, he stepped on my dinosaur tail in a costume party. We turned around and then like we locked eyes and then we danced. They changed his mind two more times
because Eli dies.
Spoiler. And then Josh wants to change it
for Patrick,
and then like it's the same exact thing, just this time with Josh in the fucking picture.
Yeah, it's so creative and fun. Like,
it's really funny.
It was super funny and just so fun to see that. And I was just like, bro, this guy's crazy. But what I loved is like how she basically calls him an incel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she like when she finally calls him out like, you're just a pathetic incel man and this and that.
The small dick.
Yeah, saying all this shit. And then fucking Josh, like he just goes batshit. Then he has like Patrick as his lover, as the other companion bot.
And he makes some dinner too at the table.
Yeah, he makes some dinner. But the thing about the companion bots is they can never lie.
Yeah.
So he's like, so I think Patrick kills a cop, and then they take the clothing, and they're like, oh yeah, like what do they say? Like you're a cop or something? And he's like, no, I'm not. Like he straight just burns him out. Like I forgot what exactly he says, but that part was just so fucking funny. I think my favorite part was when Josh rescans with Patrick and it replays the scenario, but as the different characters.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part?
My favorite part is when the guys are like looking at the body and like they're both sitting down, like the two people that work at the company for the companion bots. It's like they pick up Iris's body and they're just like, so like that's such a crazy story that she went crazy. He's like, no, dude, this shit's definitely modded. He probably fucking killed him.
Yeah,
like it's because like it's what something a normal person would think. Like if these things don't have a history of doing this, like of course it's the fucking guy.
Yeah, so they get the company to pick up Iris and like, he obviously Josh's character, he explains this bull BS story of how this happened, and like, oh yeah, she killed herself and this and that or whatever.
He's
and
like, we're gonna have to look through its memories. And it's like, oh damn, like her brain's blown out. There's no memories. So like, memories, that's just for vision. Like the memories are in the stomach.
Yeah.
And he's just like, Josh, no, what's Patrick, stop them.
Yeah, and it's just absolutely crazy. And then they were like, oh yeah, Patrick, you look so familiar. And it was like, oh, it's one of the older models. But I feel like, okay, the thing, how many, let me see, how many pleasure bots do you give it 1 out of 10?
I give it 10 Tesla pussies.
That's crazy. I'll give Companion a 7.5 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
I give it a high score because I just couldn't stop laughing the entire movie.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So
also, I know it sounds so dumb.
I'm not gonna take 10 Tesla pussies.
No, I'm not giving it a 10. I'm giving it a straight 8.
An 8? Okay.
But I will say this is so random, but I think she brought it up in an interview. She's barefoot 100% of the time in the wilderness, and that's not like a set wilderness. They were actually and she walked barefoot in that entire movie, like running and everything.
Oh wow. Okay.
And like I know like people are like, all right, she was barefoot, but like, dude, she's like running through rocks and fucking shit. Like
Quentin Tarantino would be on that.
Exactly. Oh God, you got it.
I didn't even say that. I was saying he's just like filming her feet. As they run.
Yeah, he's just filming her feet, but she took the fucking heart. Oh, and I think Jack Quaid took some of the punches for reals.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was like it was like a big thing.
Hey, I want to see his other movie, Novocaine.
Because
hopefully I've seen it by the time this comes out.
He got inspiration from that dude that played in Wanted, the movie where you curve the fucking bullet.
Oh jeez.
Because there's a scene.
Isn't that Shia LaBeouf?
It's not Shia LaBeouf.
Oh.
There's a scene in that movie where he's getting literally like strapped to a chair, and I think Angelina Jolie's just like beating the. No, not her.
That's not Shia LaBeouf.
That's not. It's someone else. But like someone's beating the shit out of him on a chair. Like absolutely fucking beating the shit out of him. All that was real. None of it was edited or anything. Because he said the movie will look better if he was slowly healing throughout the movie.
Oh, I am so stupid. It's freaking it's Professor X.
Yeah.
James
McAvoy.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm a bloody doctor.
I am a bloody doctor. McAvoy, yeah.
Okay. Anyways, before we go, what do you give Companion?
I'll give it an 8.
8. I give Companion 7.5. I give Hard Eyes a 7. You give Hard Eyes
fucking 7.5 or 8.
I know the ratings. I don't know if the ratings determine, but which one did you like more?
I like Companion a lot more.
You like Companion a lot more?
Because like, yeah, Hard Eyes was funny and it was a good story itself. Like it was a good premise, but Companion was more I guess just out there, which is funnier to me.
Yeah, I get what you mean. No, it was like, okay, what I liked about both of them is that they were original ideas.
Yeah.
Obviously, they'll have influence, but like they were original IP, which is it's always fun to see. Like go see a movie that's not
Another scene I really liked is when she's using her intelligence on how to get home. Where she's like, fucking plan 1, and she goes, I get home, and then it shows her like getting home, and then she gets like tackled.
yeah.
And then it goes like, oh, and if I do this, and then it shows her like, oh, I'm going this and this, and like it shows her like ideas and like how they would play out.
Yeah. Honestly, Companion. See, the thing is I could totally see a Hard Eyes 2 following the same main characters. I can't see a Companion 2 following Iris because it's just like
it would have to be a different thing.
Unless it's following her. But then, like, it's following her. Like, we already know that she's a robot, and then it would have to be a different one.
The sad story of it is she probably did they show her have like a normal life after?
No, they just showed her like kind of on the run at the end.
Yeah, they probably just tore her down.
Aw, that's so sad. But anyways, this has been Review Box. Hope you enjoyed this double feature.
We'll see you until I find out.
We will see you when we see you.
Yeah,
have a good one.
Intro.
And then you bring us in.
Yo, this is fucking Review Box Dick.
That's crazy.
Your fucking other host of Review Box, fucking Randy. And this is my other co-host. No, not co-host. Other host. Sorry, my other host,
Nicholas.
And this is look. We're reviewing two things today: your mom and your bitch.
All right.
And they both mid.
All right, guys. Hello. This is Review Box. This is the other podcast that's on the channel that usually just goes over movies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I apologize for Andy's outburst. He's lingering with the until next time energy, and you need to bring it in. You need to bring it in, bud.
So my homeboy's mom, she was mid.
Okay, so we're gonna start out with your mom.
And then we're gonna make it to the second quarter with your girl.
Oh shit! I'll date you, your mom, your big sister too.
God damn.
Fucking evil. No. All right, hold up. No.
All right, the two movies we are.
I was about to talk about Brian again, and I'm like, wait, what pod is this? All right.
He loves him.
I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna keep all this for the end. This is gonna go to the end.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go like this, and you bring us in, and that's where I'll start the episode.
Okay. Count me down, babe.